Minority and majority, please approach the chair.
The House also notes that the said 34.2 billion was received on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria from the Nigerian Liquefied Natural Gas Limited from 2004 to 2021, but has been alleged to be diverted by the NNPCL. The House also concerned that the NLNG dividends and other related payments have remained an issue since 2020, as payments have been warehoused in bank accounts designated by the NNPCL and not to the Federation account. The House also concerned that the claim by the NNPCL that LNG accounts are on Treasury single account domicile with the Central Bank of Nigeria and cannot be diverted have been alleged to be false, as LNG had in 2019 and 2020 clearly stated in the document release that out of the 37.6 billion it had paid over the years, the NNPCL received 49% on behalf of the government. The House further concerned that whereas the TSA was introduced in 2012 with full implementation by 2015, the illegal withdrawal of LNG dividends and oil revenue dated back to 2004. Also worried that in order to confront the country's financial crisis, it is imperative to cover all leakages.
Silence, please. Honorable colleagues.
It is
Honorable Nolly.
It is imperative to cover all leakages from revenues accruing to the country, including dividends from the NLNG. The House therefore resolved to mandate the committees on gas resources, petroleum upstream resources, and public accounts to investigate the allegation of non-remittances of monies by the NNPCL from LNG dividends toward monitoring and ensuring the remittance of 34.2 billion and other related funds to the Federation account, and report progress to the House in 2 weeks. I so submit, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Engineer. Any seconder? Honorable Maki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I'm Abubakar Maki Eleman. I'm from Jigawa State. I represent Madam Kaugama Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I stand to second the motion heavily moved by my honorable colleague. I so second. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Gas Resources, Upstream Petroleum, and Public Accounts. It's my pleasure to also invite Honorable Aliyu Ilyas Abubakar to also present his motion. Is Honorable Aliyu around? Please go ahead.
Right Honorable Speaker, sir, my distinguished colleagues, I am Aliyu Ilyas Abubakar, representing Bazari Safana Dan Musa Federal Constituency. I am from Katsina State. Right Honorable Speaker, sir, my colleagues, with your permission, Mr. Speaker, I am presenting a motion under matters of urgent public importance. I am presenting a motion under matters of urgent public importance with regard to urgent need to stop persistent banditry activities in Bazari, Safana, Dan Musa Federal Constituency of Katsina State. I so move, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Any seconder to the first leg? I'm making it a Katsina affair. Where are the Katsina was? Eh? There are some who are impersonating, no? Eh? Yes, Honorable. Please go ahead.
But need. Mr. Speaker, sir, my name is Honorable Yusuf Ahmad Doro, member representing Binda Amani Federal Constituency of
Yes.
Katsina State. I rise this morning to second the motion of urgent public importance raised by my colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg, any Kazina man? Yes, Honorable. Mashi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. My name is Salus Yusuf Majigiri. I represent Mashidu Superior Constituency, Mr. Speaker. I'm from Katsina State. I rise to second the second leg of the motion. I do second, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Honorable Ilya.
Right Honorable Speaker, sir, my colleagues, I now move the motion. Note that the communities of Batsari, Sapana, and Damusa have been grappling with a series of relentless assaults and brutal acts of violence resulting in widespread devastation to crop, livestock, and property, coupled with atrocious killings. Further notes, the acts of banditry have resulted in the tragic loss of prominent figures. An example is the reported instance involving the district head and a village head in the mentioned constituency, both falling victims of these deadly activities. Further notes that just last week, Mr. Speaker, sir, Damusa town, the headquarters of Damusa local government, witnessed harrowing incidents as hundreds of bandits surrounded
Honorable
the area.
colleagues, please, let's listen to the mover of the motion, please.
As hundreds of bandits
Your microphone.
A multiple of bandits, Mr. Speaker, sir, besieged the town, indiscriminately opened fire on the streets and claimed the lives of 10 individuals, including a former local government chairman, a serving assistant superintendent of
Honorable
police,
Aminu Jamo, please pay attention, please.
as well as students, women, and children. Numerous others are now in the process of recuperating from gunshot wounds in various hospitals. Concerned by the alarming frequency of these activities, it is troubling to observe a pattern where the actions of the bandits seem to have turned into a grim business, a disturbing hobby, and unsettling routine. This involves their disturbingly regular practice of killing and kidnapping individuals within the constituency on a daily basis. Also concerned that despite the establishment of a community watch corps by the government of Katsina State to counteract banditry attacks. The measures in place appears insufficient in addressing the persistent nature and resultant effects of these assaults. Resolved to observe a minute's silence, Mr. Speaker, sir, in honor of the deceased and offer a solemn prayer for the repose of their souls. Number 2, commend the government of Katsina State for its efforts in tackling security challenges in the state. Number 3, mandate the Committee on Police Affairs and other security-related committees to liaise with the relevant security institutions to take necessary measures to stop banditry activities in Batsari, Safana, Damusa Federal Constituency in particular and Katsina State in general. Urge the National Emergency Management Agency to provide relief materials and medical aid to the affected communities in Batsari, Safana, Damusa Federal Constituency. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
Any seconder to this motion? Yes, Honorable, please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, my distinguished colleague, I am Honorable Fayinka Moses Oluwatoyin. I represent everyone in Motion 2 Federal Constituency. I rise this afternoon to second the motion as ably moved by my colleague. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Police Affairs, National Security, and National Emergency Preparedness for further legislative action. DS.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the Speaker of the 10th Assembly. Most distinguished colleagues, my name is Benjamin Okezie Carlo. I represent the people of Nigeria, starting from Bende Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this morning, granted that we have passed in our order paper the issue of urgent public importance. Mr. Speaker, if you will permit me to seek the leave of this honorable House to reintroduce issues I thought would have been mentioned by members as urgent and as important. But I sat here and I listened clearly from beginning till the time you even gave an extra opportunity for people to present, and nobody presented that. Mr. Speaker, it borders on what is troubling Nigerians at the moment. Mr. Speaker, the nation is almost shut down. And I want to quote you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, if you have your legislative agenda, can you go to page 10, X?
DS, let us second first.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can come on.
So I seek the leave of this honorable House to present this as a matter of urgent public importance, seeking that we waive the provisions of the standard rules of the House as captured in Order 8, Rule 4.3. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? The leader?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Kingsley Chinda, I represent Tobiabo Federal Constituency. I'm an Ikwereman from Rivers State. I most humbly stand to second the motion that the ongoing strike by the labor sector is urgent and important enough for us to consider same on the floor of this House this morning, and I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The second leg of the motion. Honorable Isiaka.
Thank you very much. Once again, our quintessential speaker with substantial values, Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka. I represent the very good people of Ifo, Ewekoro Federal Constituency. My respected, distinguished colleagues, I'm from Ogun State. I rise, Mr. Speaker, to second the first leg of the motion as ably moved by our suave Deputy Speaker of the House, Honorable Carlo. I so second, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it.
Thank you for your kindness, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues, for being so understanding with regards to this motion. Mr. Speaker, like I was trying to say before you directed efficiently, if you go to our legislative agenda, which you, Mr. Speaker, and the chairman of the National Assembly Commission unveiled yesterday in the presence of the members on page 10, page X. Mr. Speaker, I want to quote the mission statement of your administration, which I am gladly a part of. Nigeria faces numerous challenges across various sectors, and legislative interventions are crucial for addressing these issues and driving positive change. I quote you again, Mr. Speaker, the last lines of that paragraph. You said, the 10th House of Representatives have been called to serve at one of the most challenging times for our constituents and nation. Mr. Speaker, going down to the next paragraph, you said, critically, as the people's representatives, we recognize that Nigerians and our constituents have the right to know what issues are being addressed and what priorities their elected representatives focus on. This transparency enhances public trust and accountability. Accordingly, we have dubbed the 10th House the People's House. Mr. Speaker, this is the People's House, dubbed by you and I and all the leaders of this assembly. He went on to say that this agenda seeks to foster meaningful public engagement, emphasis on meaningful public engagement, and encourage citizens and stakeholders to participate in debates, hearing, and consultations related to the identified priorities. Mr. Speaker, on the day you were sworn into office, you said something, and this is captured on page 121 of the legislative agenda. And I quote, "This victory is not just about me. It is about all of us coming together as a united house to serve the Nigerian people diligently. It is about honoring the trust that has been placed on us and working tirelessly to deliver on our promises of good governance and effective representation." Mr. Speaker, based on all these references made to your documented mission statement and your commitment to Nigerians on the day we emerge to lead the 10th Assembly, it will be unworthy of us to feign ignorance of what is happening in our country at the moment, to pretend as if The concerns of our constituents are not our concern. What is the concern, Mr. Speaker? Today, we were called early in the morning not to come to sitting, come for sitting, that the rooms were going to be locked, those that will put on light will not be there. But Mr. Speaker, on the second call, I was told that you braved it. And you said, we cannot engage our people from our various homes. We will engage them when we sit together. And I commend you, Mr. Speaker, that your decision to step into this National Assembly motivated a whole lot of us to wear our clothes and our badges as parliamentarians to come to the House. Mr. Speaker, you did not come to the House today for the fancy of it. You came because there is a burning issue in Nigeria with the NLC, who has threatened yesterday about going on a massive national strike. And you came for us to dialogue. It will be unworthy to leave this House today without looking into these issues. So, Mr. Speaker, because I want others to contribute to this debate, I want to pray that the National Labour Congress, the NLC, and all the unions in Nigeria, that they should trust us once again, that we will use diplomacy where necessary to engage as usual. They should trust us again to come together to find a lasting solution for their pain. We are not saying they are not right. We are not saying they are wrong, but we are saying we can dialogue. And as their representative, they trusted us to come on board to dialogue. Mr. Speaker, I pray that your office and that of the Senate, that you dialogue with your colleague brother, the President of the Senate, and the leadership of the Senate and that of the House to sit with this aggrieved NLC as soon as possible to enable us find a lasting solution to this, their Hydra-headed need. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Before we put the question, if there are some additional contributions, yes, Honorable Gadi, leader, you speak after him. Honorable George of the Labour Party will speak after the minority leader. Maybe the professors from the Labour Party would also want to say something. George, would they? I know you have professors. Are they not the professors of labor relations? Well, we'll see today whether some are answering Labour Party and they are not Labour activists. Please, Honorable Gandhi, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Yusuf Adamu Gagdi. I represent Panshinkanke Kanam Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Plateau State. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to lend my voice on this very important subject matter that affects the life of the entire Nigerian people, including all of us that are representing the people of this country. Mr. Speaker, I agree totally with the submission of the Deputy Speaker of 10th Assembly. I just want to differ a little bit in one of the major issues he has put together for us to assimilate. Labor are labor. We respect them and Nigerian people respect them and their opinion, including their intentions in making sure that dividends of democracy, good governance is seen in the full angle of Nigeria. We equally appreciate Mr. President. I can say it again and again for his bold step in making sure that subsidy is gone. Because in my personal opinion, that is one of the biggest cancer that had hit Nigerian economy beyond any reasonable proportion. But be that as it may, Mr. Speaker, I was flabbergasted to see the notice put together by Labour today on the reason why they are pushing for this strike to be a reality. Mr. Speaker, What are they saying? Is this thing about removal of subsidy and how government effort toward implementing those subsidy affect the common man, or it is about issue of misunderstanding between the chairman or president of Labour and a particular state, that something happened between the Labour leaders and another? Mr. Speaker, I have seen it in the 4 angles of our social media, which is unacceptable to the parliament, that the demand of the Labour, Mr. Speaker, I say this without any fear of political misrepresentation. Labour's demand is to arrest and prosecute somebody, and allegedly gang leader who have meted perhaps a criminal intention or assault on the president of Labour. Mr. Speaker, I have seen in the social media that most of the demand have equally gone beyond that. It has to do with removal of police officers that were in Imo when some incidences happened between some citizens of Imo State and the president of the Nigerian Labour Congress. Should we call strike because of a personal problem between us and some institution of government, or Labour are calling Nigerians to go on strike because of their intention to represent the common man in Nigeria? Mr. Speaker, we respect Labour. I am one person that respects Labour Union and their leaders. But the demand that is in the social media is unacceptable to the parliament. We have institution and law enforcement agencies that if there is a problem between the president of the Nigerian Labour, the police are there to investigate. Other institutions of government established by policies and law of the parliament are there to investigate anything that happened between the Nigerian Labour leader president and some citizen of Imo State. This should not be the basis of suffocating government activities. It should not be the basis of shutting down Nigeria. It is high time we speak the truth. It is high time we tell the Nigerian Labour president that he cannot use his personal grievances with some citizen or some government to suffocate activities of government in Nigeria. Let him fight for Nigerian people, not fight for himself. Mr. Speaker, Imo State is one of the 36 states of the Federation. The Labour gathering, the so-called Labour gathering in Imo that led to what happened between him and the so-called talks should not affect the Nigerian people. If he is fighting for oil subsidy removal, for Nigerians to feel the effort and policies of government toward reducing the effect of that, let them do that. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, I differ in that aspect, and it is high time Labour do what Nigerians want, not what the so-called president wants. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you for your contribution. I will recognize the minority leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. Kingsley Chinda, I represent Tobiabo Federal Constituency. I'm an Ikwere man from Rivers State. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for yielding the floor to me. Firstly, let me say that as a House of the People, we recognize the right of everybody to peaceful protest as enshrined in our laws. In essence, whilst we are conducting this protest, we must also look at the overall interest of the country, and that's what our colleague is saying. But be that as it may, at this stage, because of the prayer that the Deputy Speaker brought, that the party should allow the leadership of the National Assembly to intervene and see how these matters could be resolved in the overall interest of the country, I would not want to go into the merit or demerit of the reasons and the actions behind this strike. But I would want to say that as a House of the People, we have decided to step down almost every business of the House today to consider this issue because of its importance to us as a nation and the consequences of allowing this to continue to linger. There is no doubt that our economy is shaky as it stands today, and every meaningful Nigerian, including Labour, is struggling to stabilize the economy. And therefore, we must make sacrifices. We must bear some inconvenience. I would want to urge our brothers, those of them or those of us that are in labor, because we are all laborers in this country, to please consider the overall interest of Nigeria first and foremost. Strike, to me, is the extreme of every action. There must be steps that will be taken so that we don't begin to trivialize labor strikes. That is a very strong weapon and a strong instrument. And it should be rare to come out. It should be like the big masquerade. Let the smaller masquerade go out first before you throw out the big masquerade. I want to plead and urge both the executive arm and labor to give the National Assembly this opportunity. Have some confidence in us. After all, you elected us to do this job for you. Repose that confidence in us. Shield your sword for now and allow our leaders, the Senate President, the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, and Deputy Senate President, to wade into this matter and bring it to its final conclusion. I want to urge this House to please support the motion with the speed of light so that we can make progress in the interest of Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
The leader.
Mr. Speaker, Professor Julius Ihonville, ON DSSRS, Owan Federal Constituency. As a labor man myself, having led the student movement, been secretary, vice chairman, and chairman of ASU, my first initial reaction would be to land on the side of labor, no matter the issue, because consultation before confrontation. But in this particular case, Mr. Speaker, the government has effectively responded to the fallout of removal of petroleum subsidy. Negotiations are still ongoing at several levels on how to fine-tune some of these programs so that Nigerians will benefit. The strike weapon is not always the first option. It's not the second, it's not the third. You consult, you mobilize, you educate, you penetrate, you articulate your position before you take on the strike. This one came with the speed of light. And I know the federal government had gone to court to get an injunction that there should be no strike. Let us dialogue. Government has never hidden its interest in continuing the dialogue. The SGF was with us here yesterday. He also addressed that issue, that government is open to conversations. And this is not the first time that a labor leader is engaging non-labor interests with his own consequences. Our appeal is simple. It is not those that engage the labor leader in Igbo that are suffering now. Getting into this building today was difficult. My secretary couldn't come in. I had to ask her to go home. I'm going to need to represent you this morning, Mr. Speaker. You could see the impact. I just tried to book a flight, and I'm told only 2 airlines, Dana and Aero. I think Airpeace is trying, but I'm sure by the evening, there may be no flights. Banks are also on the verge of saying this. I circulated through my work with the minority leader yesterday, about 18 letters from different unions urging their members to go on strike effective today. This cannot happen in a country that wants to recover. It is not evidence of patriotism, commitment to social justice, and the liberation of the people from poverty, hunger, marginalization, and dehumanization, which the government is committed to, and this House is committed to. The prayer advanced by the Deputy Speaker are important. Labor should desist from this strike, call their men and women back. Second, I also believe they should give the law an opportunity to take its full course. But most importantly, Mr. Speaker, along with the Deputy, engage with your colleagues in the Senate, invite the labor leaders, as we have always done successfully, to come and lay their grievances so Nigeria can be at peace and we can move on. Mr. Speaker, They say if you take quick action, you get quick results. I want to urge you to take this as of utmost importance. In fact, there is no point us sitting here when hundreds of thousands of Nigerians are out there suffering. There are people still at the gates, they can't come in. They were not involved in any labor dispute or political conflict or election. So there's absolutely no reason for this. People are already suffering. So we want to ameliorate the suffering, and we should not complexify or complicate the situation. I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to make this contribution.
Pastor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Highly respected honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Pastor Ojema Ojotu. I represent the good people of Apagatu Federal Constituency. I am from Benue State, the food basket of the nation. Mr. Speaker, it may interest you to know that I am also an authority.
Honorable colleagues, silence, please. Honorable colleagues, please maintain silence, please.
Benue State, I want to say that we cannot, at any given point in time, say anything to undermine the power, the role, and the significance of the labor force to the stability, to the economic sustainability, and to the peace of this country. Any attempt to do that will be trying to commit a very serious crime. Having said that, I also know that, as a matter of fact, take it or you leave it, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that you cannot use fire to quench fire.
Honorable colleagues, please henceforth, members should desist from approaching the speaker for now because of this.
And two wrongs cannot make a right.
However, I'm hard, yeah?
I participated in so many strikes, and I know that any time strike is declared, the only way and the only thing the government of the day will want to do is to see how they can nip it at the bud, is to do everything to ensure that they address it. And having come this far, I think the best approach and the best way to go is the position of the deputy speaker, by saying that when you see two people fighting, and the best thing to do is to see how you can resolve it. It's not to go and even give reason why the fight should continue. And the best approach is to put ourselves together.
Honorable Bob Solomon.
And if we,
and Manusoro, please pay attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. If we must actually intervene in the whole struggle, we should be seen to be neutral. If you sit in this chamber and take a position and say that we are condemning labor, we are condemning this, by the time you are going there, they will say that you have already taken a position. So I want to say clearly that let's be neutral. Let's not even say that labor is wrong, government is wrong. Let's see how we can intervene, and at the end of the day, let's achieve peace. On this note, thank you very much, and God bless you.
Is there arrest in Ikorodu? Is there any arrest? If there isn't, let us allow the member to give us his own perspective to this issue.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker Ian Zazao. Honorable colleagues, I remain Baba Jimmy Benson. I represent the very good people of the Ikorodu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, my contribution will be very short, and I'm going to go through the judicial route. Mr. Speaker, Lord Denning once said that be ye as high as this, the law is above you. Mr. Speaker, I believe there is a present judgment against the Labour Congress preventing them from striking. Today, they have flouted this court judgment, and I believe the executive should just file a contempt proceedings against them and bring anybody who has flouted the judgment of the court to account. I believe this is the route to go, and I believe as a parliament, we should be seen to be following due process. Inviting them
to a dialogue, I believe, is also contemptuous. So I think we should encourage and urge the executive to enforce the court order and bring anybody who is in breach to account. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order. Point of order. Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Honorable Salami. What's your point of order?
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. My name is Bamidele Salam, elected by the people of Ede North, Ede South, Egbedore, Jibo Federal Constituency of Osun State. Mr. Speaker, I rise this afternoon on a constitutional point of order, and I want to draw the attention of this very honorable House to Section 6, subsection 6B of the Nigerian Constitution 1999, which we all swore to uphold. Mr. Speaker, this section talks about the judicial powers of the Court of the Federation. And subsection 6B says, the judicial powers vested in accordance with the foregoing provisions of this section shall extend to all matters between persons or between government or authority and to any person in Nigeria, and all actions and proceedings relating thereto. Mr. Speaker, this constitutional point of order supports the position ably canvassed by Honorable Jimmy Benson, who spoke just before I did, that where a matter is before a court of law, and a court of law has made a pronouncement on such a matter, it behoves on citizens, institutions, labor unions, and groups in this country to abide by such decision. If we want a democracy, we should behave in democratic manner. It is unacceptable to the Constitution and to the conscience of the Nigerian people that the labor leaders in this country will choose to cherry pick which decisions of the court to abide with, and also infringe on the fundamental human right of fellow citizens to free movement. Nigerian citizens have right enshrined in this Constitution to move freely, and that freedom is being abridged by the labor unions under the national president acting in this manner. And I want to submit, Mr. Speaker, that this matter should be left in the hand of the court of the law, as has been done, to ensure that the labor union abide by the decision of the court. If we continue in this manner to encourage impunity, I'm sorry, we may have no more democracy to call our own. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you for your contribution, Honorable Salami, but I just want to highlight one thing. We are not intervening in a way that will be seen passing any judgment. It is the court that has given a verdict which we are supposed to obey, but our intervention is just to enable them suspend so that we can sit. Even the government, in spite of the court judgment, the government is still sitting, negotiating with the labor unions as we are talking. So what stops us from doing the same thing if we believe that at the end of the day, it will bring the desired relief to the Nigerian people? So I do not think if we are contradicting anything, we are not taking sides. We are neither saying the government is right, the labor is wrong, neither are we saying that the labor is wrong, the government is right. What we want is a middle-level settlement to allow further dialogue between the government and the labor unions. And to that extent, I believe we are not doing anything that is ultra-vires to the law. We are not contravening any law. Thank you so much for your observation. We'll call on the leader of the labor. Today is your day, I believe. You will make some far-reaching pronouncement to show us that labor is labor. Honorable George.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name is Honorable George Ibezimako Ozodinobi. I represent the good people of Njikoka and Ochadunukofia. I'm from Anambra State, Mr. Speaker. I want to First of all, thank you for the courage.
Honorable Kumo, why are you disturbing the leader? The leader has been very attentive, listening to all this, and you are disturbing him.
Honorable colleagues, silence, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. When I arrived this morning, almost 8:30 in the morning, you're already seated in your office. And by that courage has made majority of the members to be here today. Most of our staff couldn't enter this great assembly. In as much as we don't support the entire strike that is going on, it is important for us to also emphasize that the executive removed oil subsidy from day one. They were sworn in. The palliative that was promised is just on paper. It has not been implemented. What we are saying today, Mr. Speaker, what I am saying today, I don't want this strike that is going on to be narrowed to a particular state. We are representative of the people. This is People's Parliament. Let us discuss holistically on the best way, the way the Deputy Speaker, what he brought forward, to bring parties together. We are not here to judge. We are not here to also say that the executive is wrong or the labor strike is wrong. What you have started this morning will put House of Rep in the good books of people who voted us into power, because there are hungers everywhere. Most of us cannot go back. We need to implement what has been promised us. We need to, the executive need to start acting to implement the palliative they have promised this country, because it has delayed so much. That is what I want to emphasize. And I saw the importance of this moment, but I didn't want to come to raise it as urgent importance for me not to be accused of being partisan, because we don't talk of politics here or party. Mr. Speaker, I beg my honorable colleagues that we must all join hands together to totally adopt what the Deputy Speaker have pleaded that we'll do. I think I'll rest my case. Thank you.
Honorable from Delta at the extreme end.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for this honor and privilege. My name is Honorable Ben Itana Bene. I represent Okpe, Saple, Uwe Federal Constituency from Delta State. I am a Labour MP, and also in the course of my past work, also a former chairman of Pengasi. Mr. Speaker, it is a honor given to me to express my concern on the matters that we are discussing this morning. Mr. Speaker, this will not be the first time that I, as a person, would disagree with the decisions of Labour. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of subsidy, I have maintained and canvassed that I do not even believe that there is subsidy. So the issue of removal is of no concern to me. Mr. Speaker, I have also too believed that the palliative we are implementing will not work. as the facts on the ground, can show. The only palliative I believe that will work is actually returning the price to what it was, before. But Mr. Speaker, be that as it may, government, to my mind, is not proactive at all, in spite of the fact, that they have experienced labor personnel, former labor personnel, in the hands of government. See, when labor shout that they want to do something, it is better to interact with them, early enough, to prevent. If not, even for ego purposes, they will go on that strike. Just for ego purposes, and this is just one, of them. If government had entered into this matter prior to this period, perhaps we will not have this disturbing strike that we are getting today. Mr. Speaker, I know labor very well, and I know Nigerian, as of today, we are short of elders, in the labor, movement. We are short of elders. People who call the young ones to order and say this direction is not the best interest, for Nigeria. I was once suspended in 2003. Pengasan did not go on strike for 1 year, but I was suspended. Dialogues were going on, and at the end of the day, the matter was, resolved. This issue, as I see it, should not have led us, to this point. I'm not going to say, okay, let me revisit some of the contributions of our colleagues, including that of the court order. Mr. Speaker, the reason why people are not respecting court order, let's not flog it too much, is because government itself is not respecting many court orders. So everybody is not taking it as the norms, of the day. If not ordinarily, where the rule of law to be in operation, nobody, should be able to refuse, not to obey, court order. Mr. Speaker, I want to throw my hat 100% to the motion canvassed by the Deputy Speaker that we should dialogue, with them. The best approach would be, and it's a tactical approach, not even in the best interest of labor. Let Nigerians see that we are discussing with labor on the issues of their demand in respect of this personal matter. It will come to a point, if they are not backing out, that Nigerians, the greater majority of Nigerians, are even those that are not in the labor, movement. Labor movement is just less than 2% of the Nigerian population and the working class. But because of their strategic recognition, they control the rest. So, but if we can engage with them and show, in line with even what the House leader, said, that government is already responding to the demands, as made to the what happened to the labor, president, Nigerians will take side and decide. I think the bigger judge here is the entire Nigerian, people. Mr. Speaker, I want to support the position of the Deputy Speaker. Thank you.
Honorable Kumo.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and my respected colleagues. Usman Bello Kumo, I represent our federal constituency. Mr. Speaker, I appreciate the approach, and I am not expecting anything less than this from you as a focused and a visionary speaker. My respected colleagues, I want to draw our attention to the fact that we must passionately understand what the Deputy Speaker's motion is all about. It's purely a pan-Nigerian motion. What we seek to achieve as a responsible and responsive parliament is to ensure that Nigeria is not brought to a standstill by every Nigerian. We are not here to draw a conclusion whether labor as a movement is correct, whether government is doing enough or not. But what is most fundamental is to draw the attention of all of them that this house is people's house. The president of Labour is ably represented by a member of parliament who is supposed to speak on his behalf. The president of the country, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, is equally well represented in these very hollow chambers. So these chambers is to discuss, mediate, and ensure that there is Nigeria, and we allow the silent majority in Nigeria pursue their legitimate businesses. Having said this,
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
What is your point of order?
Mr. Speaker, my name is Honorable Obi Agocha, representing the good people of Ikwan, of Umuahia North, Umuahia South, and Ikwan Federal Constituency of Abia State. Mr. Speaker, Order 8, Rule 5, Nigerian Labour Congress does not have any parliamentarian in the Federal House of Representatives. What we have is Labour Party that have parliamentarians. So
I do not think that Honorable Kumo is talking in the context of party.
He said so, sir.
No, he didn't say in the context of party. Hold on, I think he even mentioned the president of the country, that he has a member that is representing him.
Mr. Speaker, am I protected or not, sir? Mr. Speaker, the previous speaker, the honorable member, indicated that the Nigerian Labour Congress has parliamentarians in the National Assembly. It is not true, sir. What has members are the Labour Party, sir.
Honorable, I think you are taking this out of context. The speech of Honorable Kumo does not align to any party. He is talking about the House in representing every individual. And that's why he has gone beyond even talking about NLC president. He spoke about the president of the country having a representative here. So your point of order is ruled out of order. Thank you,
Mr. Speaker.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't know whether my own brother, who will look alike, did not listen to me, maybe because I'm speaking in Fulani language. Mr. Speaker, having said this, I think it's about time we bring this issue to an end. Please, all of us should appreciate and understand that the total number of people who draw salary from the coffers of the government in today's Nigeria, while we are having about 200 million people, are less than 3 million people. We have to focus on the silent majority Nigerians who are voiceless, who are not part of the monthly salary that either labor, either workers, parliamentarians.
Bob Solomon, what are you doing to the leader? Allow her to concentrate.
What I'm saying is, please, in the best interest of the downtrodden, in the best interest of the silent majority in this country, let us not take advantage of every situation to overflow the polity. Government should kindly hasten to respect all agreements they entered into with labor. And labor should please kindly equally look into the Nigerian plight. Look at the situation, look at the sufferings of Nigerian people today, and please change their approach if need be. So I think we are correct, and you are very correct, Mr. Speaker, that quickly hasten this dialogue to bring all parties on board, respect the law, respect the institutions, and look at the Nigerian people on the overall interest of Nigerians. Please, we should allow dialogue to take. I respect and I appreciate the mover of this motion, and I vehemently stand to support this motion and urge my colleagues to kindly approve this motion so that we forge ahead. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Points of order, sir.
Is the chair committee on labor around?
Points of order.
Do you want to say anything?
Points of order.
Before we round up. Point of order?
Points of order.
Please go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I am protected. Mr. Speaker, my distinguished colleagues, my name is Honorable Fayinka Moses Oluwatoyin. I represent everybody in Mushin Federal Constituency 2. I'm from Lagos State. Order 8, Rule 5, personal explanation, sir. As we speak, Order 8, Rule 5, personal explanation, sir. As we speak, the NSA has confirmed that the attackers of Ajaero have been arrested. If truly that is the bone of contention why they are on strike, that one should suffice. They call off the strike immediately. It has been established as we speak that NSA have arrested the attackers of Ajaero. If that is the reason and bone of contention, it is
Did you
suffice.
confirm that or is just a rumor?
It's not a rumor, sir.
You have confirmed beyond reasonable doubt.
I am from Mushin 2, Lagos. We don't thrive on rumor. I am saying it authoritatively. I am a proud Muslim boy. We don't thrive on rumor. I am from Lagos State. That one has been substantially confirmed, sir.
Thank you, Honorable colleague, for your contribution. Thank you so much. We call on the Chairman, Committee on Labour. He will be the last to speak, and then we put the question.
Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, my name is Boyega Ade Farati. I represent a group of Akoko Southeast Southwest Federal Constituency of Ondo State, the Sunshine State. I want to adopt the position of the Deputy Speaker that we should interface and dialogue with Labour so we should be able to get to the root of the matter, because it affects our people. It's how the population of the people of the country. The nation is at precipice. Nothing is moving. Nobody is coming to office. The banks are shut. The airports are not working. But I want to appeal. It's an appeal to Labour, the organized Labour, that they should call off the strike in the interest of the Nigerian people. So as well, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, honorable colleagues, I think we have said so much about this.
Point of order, Mr.
Speaker. Not overplug it. We can go ahead and put the question.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Point of order?
Yes.
Not right. Contribution, I hope.
Yes, right, honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues, I want to rely on the 6, Mr. Speaker, a matter of privilege. Mr. Speaker, please, if you should permit us, we are from Imo State, Mr. Speaker. And if we don't contribute to this motion on this floor, it will be regarded by our people that we are not interested in their plight and that we are keeping quiet while this sensitive motion is going on. Mr. Speaker, I crave your indulgence. Why I'm saying this, Mr. Speaker, it is only, all we have said that is because we have just experienced this for only one day. But, Mr. Speaker, our constituents and our people in Imo State have suffered for 14 days. For 14 days, they have been in this suffering. So, Mr. Speaker, if you have to permit us, I've seen one of my colleagues from Imo also raising his hand, and myself, I'm from Imo State. I will wish, Mr. Speaker, for you to allow us the floor to contribute on this motion. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well, I understand where you're coming from, but you should also know that our rules are provided that when you are talking, it should be within the subject matter. And you know what the subject matter of this motion is?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
To allow the National Assembly to intervene, the Labour to suspend its strike action, to allow the National Assembly to intervene. In as much as we are going to stick to that subject matter, I will have no objection but to allow one person from Imo to speak on this matter. And let's not make it political, please.
Yes, thank you.
Let's not make it political, please.
Thank you, the People's Speaker, respected colleagues. My name is Honorable Gono Ziribo. Mr. Speaker, like I said, I'm from Imo State. I represent the largest federal constituency, Nkweri Suwangalanjaba Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I want to lend my voice on the motion we have here, and as well, Mr. Speaker, to condemn the strike action by Nigeria Labour Congress in Imo State. Mr. Speaker, like I said, what we have experienced that have caused this is just a one-day action by the Nigeria Labour Congress. But there in Imo State, my people, my constituents, and the people of Imo State have suffered this for 14 days. Even before we do anything, the Labour Congress are telling us that going to protect the interests of the people. And I ask this question, Mr. Speaker, who are the people suffering this? Is it the innocent poor people or the elites? What impact have this strike done to the elites and to the innocent poor people, Mr. Speaker? Why I'm contributing on this, even before the court order, Mr. Speaker, the president of this country have given a directive to Inspector General of Police to look into that matter. Mr. Speaker, the governor of Imo State have condemned that act and even instructed the police to look at the matter. So why continue to suffer the innocent people of Imo State for these 14 days? They don't have light, things are not working. So why this strike? If you are protecting the interests of the people, why are the innocent people that you intend to protect their interests, why are they the people suffering about this strike? So, Mr. Speaker, from me and for my constituents, if I have not made this contribution, I will not sleep well. And I know most of us from Imo State want to condemn the strike action in Imo State and plead with Labour to give peace a part. Since Mr. President already have given that directive, they should honor that directive and wait for the results of the investigation from the police. Yet it has been said that the thugs that did this thing have been arrested. So let them give peace a part and call off this strike, restore light and other amenities that the people of Imo State have been suffering. The people over there are actually suffering, Mr. Speaker. So I support this motion. Why the National Assembly are interfering in this? We'll call the National President of Nigeria Labour Congress is from Imo State. And we intend to enjoy the benefit of him being the national president than immortalize suffering from what is going on. So I support the motion by the Deputy Speaker. Why the National Assembly is looking at trying to reconcile the differences, we that are representing the people are pleading with Labour to call off that strike because the innocent people of Imo State are suffering. And the suffering is so much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Nigeria just have experienced it for one day. But I'm telling you, for 14 days, we have been suffering in Imo State.
Thank you so much for your contribution. So I think we can second the motion, ably moved by the Deputy Speaker. And I can see Honorable George is so eager because of the sensitivity of this issue. He wants to second. As the leader of the Labour Party, I'm sure it will be his biggest honor to second this very important motion. Honorable George, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name remains Honorable George Ozodinobi. I represent the good people of Njikoka and Ocha Dunukofia. I'm from Anambra State. Having listened to all the contributions, I rise to second the motion ably moved by our very sagacious Deputy Speaker. I so second.
Thank you.
Yes,
so we put the question. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. So this motion is referred to the Committee on Labour and also to the leadership of the House to engage with the leadership of the Senate to find the means and ways to actually get the Labour to suspend this strike action immediately. Thank you. There are some announcements. Tomorrow we'll kickstart our sectoral debates. If you could remember, we were supposed to start last week, but because of some technical reasons, we were unable to do so. So tomorrow, honorable colleagues, please come out in good time. We'll be starting by 9 o'clock. Well, the sitting will start by 10, but sitting should start from 9. Everyone should be seated by 9:30, and we will kickstart the debates, or at least our plenary tomorrow by 10. And tomorrow we are inviting the security sector to come and brief us on matters of urgent importance as they relate to the security sector. So please be guided accordingly. So in view of this, the chairman rules, please be guided that our order paper for tomorrow should be very light so that we can be able to accommodate these sectoral debates coming tomorrow. In view of the situation in the country, we have resolved that we are not going to take so much today. We'll allow each and every member to go and see what he can do to bring the situation down. And we, at the level of leadership, will be going to engage with our Senate counterparts, if possible, start engaging with the labor unions immediately. So in view of that, honorable colleagues, we will be adjourning very shortly after taking a motion from the leader to suspend our rules, to suspend other items on the order paper to another legislative date. So with their kind permission, I will call on the leader to move that we suspend all other items that are contained in our order paper to another legislative date for us to be able to go and engage with the necessary stakeholders. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, Julius Ihonvere, O1 Federal Constituency. First, let me appreciate your leadership, very focused, committed, and progressive. And let me also appreciate, on behalf of the leadership, your willingness to shut down proceedings or shut down plenaries today in view of the urgency of the situation at hand, because we are all committed to peace and progress. In light of this, I move that we do adjourn plenary to tomorrow, Thursday, 9 a.m. at this same venue. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Kingsley Chinda. I rise to second the motion that as a result of the urgency required to take care of this national issue, that we suspend plenary for today and resume tomorrow. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. Nay. The ayes have it. Leader, can you move that the House adjourn to tomorrow? The first motion is for suspension of other items on the other paper. Now you will move for the motion to move. Please go ahead to adjourn.
We move, take it as moved that we adjourn to tomorrow, 9 a.m., same venue. I so move.
Order,
Leader,
order.
I second the
Honorable
motion
colleagues,
as been moved
order,
by the
please.
House Leader. I so second.
those in support of this motion should say aye. Aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The House has adjourned to tomorrow, 9 a.m.